I'm John, and tonight I want answers about oil. You know, the pipeline and the prices. There's no stopping us now, because we're live.
John wants answers. John wants answers. Give John answers. Give John answers. John wants answers. John wants answers. Give John answers now.
Check your calendar. If it says January 8th, 2015, then we're live. 2015, Happy New Year.
2015. Have you still been writing 2013 in all your checks?
2013?
Yeah, I really have trouble catching. I don't write many checks.
Right.
So
The last time you wrote one was 2013. So
2014, but I wrote 2013.
Good job.
Yeah, yeah.
My guest tonight is the numerically impaired Keith Stattenfield. He's a host of Keith Explains
Yes.
on this channel. And as part of his shrewd negotiation,
Yes.
he has to be on my show sometimes as well. Keith Explains, Wednesday at 8:30.
Wednesdays at 8:30.
Hey, you're on last night.
I think.
Yeah. If you've never seen the show before, this show is like a courtroom drama held in front of my house.
I don't think they have courtroom dramas in front of your house. I've been to your house. There's no courtroom in front of it.
Oh, look, we are in front of my house right now.
That's circular logic.
Yeah.
That's not... you can't assert that because we are in front of your house and we are a courtroom drama, that there are courtroom dramas in front of your house, and that's why we're a courtroom drama.
I'm the prosecutor. My guest is the expert witness. And you at home are the jury. It's your job to convict or acquit the topics.
Wouldn't they just leave? Like, I mean, there's nothing holding them in front of your house. They could just wander off if they get bored.
Well, the jury is hanging out near the recycling bins.
I'm just saying,
And
if before they were kind of trapped in their easy chairs or whatever, but now they're free to roam.
like cattle?
Yeah, or sheep.
Sure. We'll be taking your tweets. You can tweet us at John Wants Answer. There's no S on the end because the S is for suck, and we don't.
What if you put an S? Does it not work?
I am not entirely sure what would happen if you put an S.
Someone should try and tweet us that way.
I think Twitter is broken or something. I don't know.
I mean, you think they'd fix that?
If you want to talk to us, if we want to read your tweets live on the show, because this show is live. But if you don't want to use Twitter, and I don't blame you, you can use our website. Go to johnwantsanswers.com and click on contact. And I fixed it, so now I should actually be getting the emails.
Wow, good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
How many years have we doing the show?
Well, I don't know how long it's been broken for.
Okay.
But upgrades were made, which, breaks everything.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, you should get a Google Plus page for this show.
Google Plus.
Yeah, Google Plus page. I hear it's the new hotness.
Yeah. On that note, the opinions stated here are my own, not necessarily those of my company. Are the opinions that you make yours?
Oh, no, they're utterly mine.
They're utterly yours.
No one else wants anything to do with my opinions.
Not of your company either. Okay.
I mean, there are people that actually have the same opinions I do, but they still want nothing to do with them.
Yeah, because if they agree with you, suddenly their opinions are
it's tainted them.
tainted.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
We are showing somewhere new. Newbury, Massachusetts. Massachusetts.
You should learn to pronounce the name of the state.
Yes. That's where Boston is.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, so I went to the webpage for newbury.org or something. Massachusetts.org. Nice looking place. They got trees.
Yes.
They got beaches. I think they have ocean. It's hard to tell if the beach was from an ocean or a lake.
Most beaches are ocean, but
No, it could
there
be
are some
a
beaches
lake,
on
yeah.
lakes.
Nice looking town.
You didn't bother to look at a map to see whether it was on the coast or not?
I didn't go that far. I went to their website and looked at their photos of their town.
So you made the most cursory possible
Yes.
investigation
I looked
into Newbury, Massachusetts.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't even look how to say the name of the state.
Yeah.
So if you are watching this show on your TV from a cable provider, like not YouTube or something,
No.
and you're not living,
And you are living in Newbury, Massachusetts.
well, I'm gonna broaden
Or
this.
one of its outlying areas.
I'm gonna broaden this. Anywhere in the United States, if you're watching this on your TV,
Yes.
not on KMVT, then send me a note and I'll send you a mug or something.
How would they send you a note? Would they use the contact
Go to
form that until recently was
johnwantsanswers.com.
broken?
And now it's not broken.
Okay.
I got an email today offering me easy financing for my small business.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so first show of 2015.
First show of 2015.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Not really.
No?
No.
No. I don't believe in New Year's resolutions.
You do believe in them. You just don't do them.
I believe they exist.
Yeah.
I do not believe they're effective.
Well, that's different than not believing in them.
Yes. Because if you want to change something about yourself, just do it. Don't like procrastinate until some arbitrary date.
What if it arbitrarily actually happened on New Year's Day, though?
Oh, that's
then it would,
fine.
in fact, be a New Year's Day resolution
Yes. So I'll allow it only if you thought of it.
on New Year's Day.
On
And
New
just
Year's Day.
coincidentally,
Maybe you got drunk New Year's Eve and you did some stuff you shouldn't have done.
you shouldn't have done.
And the next morning you're like, I
I'm-
gotta make some changes.
I gotta never do that again.
I gotta make some changes in my life.
From now on,
Good
only
things
tequila.
aren't working. Which reminds me of this famous quote. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Or is that tomorrow is the first day of the rest of your life?
Tomorrow's the first day, because today is
Today
mostly over.
Yeah, mostly over, yeah. So,
Today is like the last wasted evening at a TV studio of the rest of my life.
okay. All right, so let's get started. Our first topic, oil pipeline. They moved it. It's over there.
They moved it, yeah.
Last year
yeah.
it was over here.
It's over there. Well,
over
I'm
there.
just amazed that you got a tree tall enough to.
No, I think
Put the
it's
piano
on the light pole. I guess every time I point there, it's going to go off. Pipeline, oil pipeline.
Yes.
So there's something called the Keystone Pipeline.
Several somethings
But we
collectively called the Keystone Pipeline.
yes. And what's in the news these days is the Keystone XL Pipeline,
Yes.
which is just a new part of the existing Keystone Pipeline.
Yes, but it's bigger.
Is it bigger?
So it's the Keystone Extra Large Pipeline.
XL means
I think so. Well,
this means
let's say that's what it says. Let's say that's what it means.
extended. I don't know. Okay.
Extended doesn't start with an X. It starts with an E.
Yeah, but if you know the cool
Keystone
people-
EL.
The cool people would like abbreviate extreme with X, I guess. I don't know. So where does it go?
Well, Canada. It goes to Canada
Or from Canada?
or from Canada.
So okay, so we have existing pipelines,
Many of them.
and I guess they aren't good enough. The existing Keystone pipelines. What's wrong with them? Why can't we just keep using them?
Well, we could keep using them. I mean, Keystone, there's a large oil shale deposit in Canada, which oil companies and Canadian companies and the various people have rights to, and they would like to be able to get the oil out of the oil shale,
That's the
And-
oil sands, right?
oil sands,
Yeah, okay.
and sell it on the world market for a profit.
Right.
And it's expensive to get oil out of tar sands
Right,
or
right.
oil shale. So they're already at a disadvantage to other oil that's not expensive to get out.
Right.
And at present, it's also expensive to get it from Canada to the southern coast of the U.S., which is where you ship oil out from.
And all
So
the
it's
refineries-
expensive to get, it's expensive to transport. They would rather find ways to reduce whatever costs they have, because every dollar per barrel they shave off, the cost to dig it up or the cost to ship it is another dollar they get when they manage to sell it.
Right. So how will the XL lower the price?
Well, it's bigger, so they could ship more. Currently, the pipelines are mostly full,
Okay.
so they are selling as much as they can ship down at present. Actually put some in oil tanker trucks on trains and ship it as well.
I'll say the train's doing it. 'cause they have so
And
much.
that costs even more than per barrel than the
Yeah.
pipeline does.
Right,
So bigger pipeline would get them more money. They also have, there's also oil in North Dakota, and they kind of arranged with the oil, with people that have rights to the oil in North Dakota, hey, we'd like to do this shorter, bigger pipeline, and if we run along this route, you could also put your oil in the pipeline.
We have a map of
do?
the pipeline.
Yeah,
let's
it's right here.
let's see it. So let's go to camera 2.
I like how you become a director.
All right.
Is this
So-
union? Is this a union?
So here's the old pipeline, right? We have
Current pipeline. I mean, there's lots of
Yeah.
other pipelines too.
Oh, it's
but
pretty.
that's the,
Actually, it's pretty
that's
new.
the Keystone.
Yeah. Existing new. So here's
It's like 15 years old. 10
here's the
years old.
oil in Canada,
Yeah.
Alberta,
That orange dot.
right? And then it goes. This is the existing one where it goes all the way to like Winnipeg, Manitoba,
Wow.
and goes straight
We're
down.
Americans, we have no idea where anything is in Canada except for Toronto.
Yeah. Now this is North Dakota, right? Goes
Yeah.
straight through North Dakota,
Yeah.
South Dakota,
I don't know why we have two Dakotas.
Nebraska, and then it goes from here down to like Oklahoma and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And Texas. Texas is down there below the bottom of your TV, people.
Yes. So we already have this section here. So the new XL.
We have this straight, like with a 90-degree angle.
Yes. I don't know why it's going to
Like
Winnipeg.
if you were an ADD guy, that's the oil pipeline you draw. You go straight across Canada
Yeah.
and you go straight down to Texas.
There's no oil in Winnipeg. Why is it going there first? Maybe keep it all in Canada? I don't know. Okay.
They were trying to avoid the... Remember, there were mountains and stuff.
Oh.
So often a straight line isn't the most effective way.
But here is a straight line. This is what they want the
Yeah, and
the
there's mountains
XL
there
to
too,
be.
so it's crazy.
So this is the new one. Now, there's a lot of debate about the new one.
There's a lot, yeah.
Now, what is wrong with making this Keystone XL pipeline?
Mostly it's kind of become a convenient dumping ground for a bigger fight about whether we should increase the amount of oil we dig up and burn or go to non-oil means of getting energy.
So the argument isn't really about the pipeline. It's about we should stop using oil in general.
Partly, yes.
So we should
part of
import
the
it from
argument,
Venezuela instead of Canada.
Part of the argument of pipeline originally, and possibly still now, is that some of the original routes had it going through territory in Nebraska that's had earthquakes, and so seismically might not be the greatest place to have a 30 some odd inch wide pipeline pumping oil. And it's also a large aquifer where water collects from a bunch of mountains and then filters down, and
But there's like pipelines crossing
there are
the nation
much
everywhere.
smaller pipelines
over-
there, yes, but this is a big pipeline,
Mm-hmm.
and it is pumping a particularly or somewhat dirty type of oil. It has a lot of chemicals in it that aren't terribly good for you
Well,
if they were to, for example,
yeah.
get into your water supply.
even oil without chemicals would be bad in your water.
Yes, but oil with chemicals, especially the chemicals you put in it to let you get it out of oil sands, is not the greatest for you.
What's the chances of a pipeline leaking? Like, has there been problems with pipelines leaking?
Pipelines have leaked before.
Like a little bit? Like a drip drop or a...
Yes, and occasionally yes.
Because I have not heard of gushing pipelines bursting and
They had a
destroying...
pipeline burst in, I think, Georgia
Yeah.
a year and a half ago that they had to evacuate an entire town.
That sucks.
Couldn't move back for 9 or 10 months.
I've heard of the pipeline, not in the pipeline, but I heard of oil catastrophes in the Gulf.
Yes,
that's just hard to get to.
we've had
Yeah.
ships hit
Yeah.
coral reefs.
So I'm just wondering what it's specifically about this pipeline that's different than the others.
Well, there's not a lot, right? I mean, again, part of it is it's a proxy fight of if
You were just saying
we're going to spend a bunch of money, maybe we should spend it in a way that doesn't involve digging up fairly dirty oil. It's also expensive oil. Both, it's harder to get out,
Yeah.
and they have to burn more oil. You have to burn energy to get it.
Right. Now,
So
a lot of
extracting oil from the tar sands puts a lot more CO2 into the air. Extracting a gallon of oil from the tar sands that eventually makes it to the refinery puts a lot more CO2 into the atmosphere than a barrel of oil that they get from a well in Venezuela, where they stick a pipe into the ground and they just pump it up, and it's...
I thought I heard that the Venezuelan oil uses the same method as the tar
I don't think
sands.
Venezuela's tar sand is tar oil.
I had read something about that.
Okay,
thought.
could be.
Now, there's an argument made about oil independence.
Yes.
So we would rather buy oil from a friendly country like Canada than
You can't trust Canadians.
than a Venezuelans.
I agree.
at
You
least,
can't trust. Yeah.
Doesn't the president of Venezuela mouth off about America all
Well,
the time?
yeah. Then he died.
Oh,
I mean, the current one also not the greatest, but
so the one who mouthed off a lot died somehow mysteriously.
mysteriously,
died.
yeah.
Mysteriously, we don't know how he died. But in Middle East, we still buy oil from there, like Saudi Arabia.
Some. I mean,
Yeah.
America doesn't buy a lot of oil from. Most American oil actually comes from the Western Hemisphere.
Okay.
Canada, from Venezuela, from Ecuador.
Mm-hmm.
We get some from the North Seas.
Now, United States is not oil independent. Like we have to import a lot of oil.
We have to import oil less
then-
than we used to, but yes, we still import oil.
But we also export oil.
Crazy, isn't it?
What?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Why would we
We
import?
burn more oil than we dig up from our territory.
Yes. But then we also export some. So we have to import even more.
It's crazy.
Do you understand?
Like most of the oil that comes down from Canada would be shipped all the way down to the refineries in Texas, and we would export it. So this oil doesn't terribly actually help America.
Well, assuming you're exporting all of that oil.
Well, but that's why they're getting it to Texas. Texas is where we export oil from.
I thought Texas is just where you have all the refineries.
We have refineries on the West Coast. We have refineries on the East Coast.
Oh, we've got one around here.
Yeah.
When you cross over that big bridge, you see this
Yeah.
big, huge,
Benicia.
yeah. All right. Well, we've got to stop for a break now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So when we come back, we're going to talk about oil, but instead of the pipeline, we're going to talk about prices
Yeah.
of oil.
Riveting. It'll be riveting, people.
See you in a second. I can't lie. It won't be a second. It'll be like a minute.
It'll be like 4 minutes.
4 minutes. What's that poster you have here?
This apparently, a guy came up to me.
We got to fix your mic. So, Loretta, how do you like this mic fixed?
I'm going to mention, a guy came up to me and gave me $2 to plug this show,
Who are you
All
talking
right,
to?
Loretta.
which is
They're running commercials.
great.
now.
I'm practicing.
Your
I'm
mic is
practicing
around
for the
your shirt,
commercial.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
He gave me $2, which he didn't have to give me $2.
cable
I would have
car
promoted this show because it's got the
nymphomaniac.
word nymphomaniac in the
Yeah,
title.
Well,
It's
by the
about
way,
a
Keith,
cable car
You know
nymphomaniac.
that shale and tar sands aren't the same.
Yeah, they're not the same,
They're
but they're
not.
similar.
And you know that the crude oil is refined into different products, which are then
Yes.
exported. So that
But
does
we've got
benefit-
10 minutes.
it benefits
tops
it does
to
benefit
talk
the
about-
folks in the United Texas.
Well, a little. It benefits the folks in Texas.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know the oil is going to go to Vancouver, not to China the other way, right? If Keystone doesn't get approved.
I think we have tweets.
And that the pipeline.
Wait. So we don't have to approve it.
What?
Why would we approve it?
No,
They'll just put it out to Vancouver.
If it goes to Vancouver, it goes through Canada.
Yeah?
Then the
What's the
United States-
downside? What's the downside?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't get to tax it when it goes through America.
The only other thing I can tell you is, what was I going to also mention to you?
Let's see here.
Exports are decreasing, right?
American imports of oil are decreasing, yeah.
Right. You know, there's another point that you mentioned I needed to correct. But I'll
Anyway, this is a play in San Francisco that I assume the guy that gave me this $2 has money in. He's probably a producer, an executive producer or something. But it's about sexy people. You can go watch a sexy people play, and it's set in the 70s. Kids, this is a record player. This is a record player. This plays CDs, except they're bigger. Records are CDs that you have to flip halfway through.
Oh.
Yeah.
We have tweets, but I don't, like, how do I?
Bigger, you don't mean capacity.
No. They're just physically bigger. Yeah.
The kids might not understand what you mean.
Well, capacity. Who knows what? I mean, how big is a song?
They can mistake it for a laser disc.
You can call them LP ROMs.
LP ROMs.
All right, coming back in 5, 4.
So we're gonna plug this play for this guy. We're gonna plug the play.
No, we can't. And we're back. And we're going to take your messages and tweets now.
We're gonna read your. We're not gonna take them.
You can keep them.
Yeah.
We're not going to.
They belong to you under the copyright whatever mumble of 1981.
We're just going to read them. We're going to share them.
Yeah. It's a sharing economy.
Did the people you borrowed the old set from come and borrow it back. So we always did this show in my driveway, but we would put like this things behind us saying, property of blah, 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 do not touch. And they caught wind of this and took it away. So now you can see my garage door.
Well, plus didn't they change the law to make set theft a felony starting January 1st?
Oh, it did?
But before it was just a misdemeanor.
Whoa.
Yeah. We don't want a felony. We don't want another felony on our record.
Another one. Yeah. That episode about Black History Month. What is the chance Canada gets tired of us and declares war?
Zero.
Yeah,
Zero.
Pretty low.
If there were a number less than 0, which I know technically there is, it would be that number. But right now it's 0.
-1 is one of them.
Or it would be -1.
Should we all use electric cars instead?
No, God, no. Electric cars those are crazy.
I
understand the wheels go bad, and then you have to buy new wheels.
Well, that's true of all kinds of cars, not just electric cars.
No, my car, when my wheel goes bad, I just buy a new one. It's not a thing. But when you got an electric car, you got to post about it on Facebook and whine for a week.
A week? There's no week of whining. There's a few days of whining. Is this Keith's first time on the show?
No.
You'd think so.
Yeah.
You often.
It's the first one of the year, so I've got to get back into we took December off.
You often act confused about the concept of the show, even though you come on like once a month.
Yeah. Well, it's a weird show.
So those are our tweets. Now I have some Google Hangout messages.
Google Hangout. That's perilously close to a Google Plus page.
Your house looks nice.
It does look nice.
Okay. You used maps without me. I don't know what that means.
Is that from a girl? I mean, is there a subtext to this?
Talk about why is oil there? Because the dinosaurs died in Alberta and got all squishied and squashed, and they turned into oil. That's what I recall how it works. Why does the oil pipeline do that route? Like then you go, okay, you're explaining that. So I guess the question was asked, and then we answered it.
We answered a question from a viewer. This writes today down.
You look good, no boogers.
Does it say which of us? Because that's the kind of thing that it seems to me would apply to only one of the two of us, and it'd be nice for which of us it was applying to know. And the other one to perhaps think, next time, less boogers.
Oh, maybe she's asking for no boogers for next time, instead of declaring that she can't see any boogers. Like, dude, no boogers.
No boogers.
Yeah. Ask me what the fracking oil commerce that's happening. People have... What?
I went into fracking. Fracking's a whole different thing.
Yeah, it's a whole different topic. Because fracking oil, are they going this pipeline? I don't think the fracking oil is going to the pipeline. Okay, now, that was Hangouts. This is taking forever. Now we're going to go to the website messages.
Wow.
Because one time I didn't even go to them, and I felt bad after, pumping up, go to the contact page on the website.
Well, it was busted, so.
Oh, wow. I'm just getting all these Twitter messages, emailed me as well. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah, it's doing all right. This is a good show? This show's okay. Yeah. Okay, well, should we say thanks?
This is the only thing on TV right now, people. This is the only thing on this channel.
Yes, we are the only thing on KMVT right now.
And welcome people in Newberry. Welcome.
Should we say thanks, Obama, for low gas prices? So
I think so.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. I'm going to add this to our list of questions.
Should we thank President Obama for the low gas prices?
We'll get when we talked about the thing. We'll talk about that. Man, we have all these questions.
We got 3 minutes for the last segment.
Why am I wearing a hat? Oh man, I totally intended to be wearing a hat tonight, and then on the way here I was like, "Where's my hat? Is it in my car?" And I left my hat at work probably. But it was I had comedy written about the hat too. But now Where can I buy a handsome John Wants Answers mug? Go to johnwantsanswers.com and click on the shop link.
Do we still have the show at 9:58?
Yeah, are we like totally over?
Yeah, it's 9:55.
Wow, we've got like 3 minutes. We're not going to talk about oil prices.
See?
Our next topic,
That was my
oil
point.
prices. Should we thank Obama for low oil prices?
Not really.
No?
I mean, it'd be nice if he could claim. Really, it's OPEC. It's OPEC trying to screw the oil producers in Canada and North Dakota
So
by
OPEC,
keeping prices below the point that they can make money selling oil.
so OPEC is the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. And they're not all the oil exporting
Not
countries.
all of them.
Because the U.S. is not in there. Canada's
No,
not in there.
Canada's not in there.
Venezuela is in there.
Yes.
So here's how I understand it works. These countries get together, like a cartel. They get together and they decide amongst themselves, we're only
Yes.
going to make so much oil.
Yes.
If we make not enough oil, the price will go sky high.
Yes, supply and demand says if we make all the oil we could possibly make, that the price of it would be dirt cheap and we would not actually make much
Yeah.
money off our oil.
I heard OPEC's trying to bring down Russia.
Yeah, that's another
Destroy
one.
the Russian
Yes.
economy by making the oil price cheaper and
So that
destroying
Russia
the
gets
Russian
very
economy.
little money per dollar since
And
it
then-
costs them a certain amount.
Why does OPEC want Russia to be? Is Russia bothering the OPEC people?
Well, Russia is just producing oil as fast as they can. And so
Oh.
when oil is selling at $100 a barrel, if it costs Russia $30 a barrel to dig it up and ship it, they get $70 a barrel.
And then they're going to bring the.
And if they sell oil at $30 a barrel, Russia digs up oil and sells it at $30 a barrel and makes $0 a barrel. So you adjust the price so that the people you don't want to be making much money are making as little money as you can get away with.
Okay. So, but they set the production, which I've read that all the countries just.
And then all the countries don't actually
already make
they
more.
all fudge.
But why is the price falling now? Are all these countries producing more oil to bring the price down? Or are they just saying.
Well, Russia is producing oil. I mean, there is oil coming out of North Dakota and Canada.
Yeah.
And worldwide, cars are getting a little more efficient. The weather's a little bit warmer.
I remember I went to the Ontario Science Centre in 1991.
Yes.
And there was a display about oil saying, we will be out of oil by 1978.
Wow.
Which is funny
They're-
because it was 1991 and that date had passed a long time ago.
Yeah, the Canadian scientists are terrible.
We just have like way more oil than we thought we did a long time ago.
We have more than we thought. We certainly don't have an unlimited supply.
And we found, well,
Well, we found more ways we
ways-
can get oil.
like the tar sands. I remember growing up in the 80s in Canada, and they taught us in school, we got tons of oil in the tar sands, but it's too expensive to get them. So they sit there forever doing nothing. And now, when gas went to 100, or barrels went to $100, now we can finally afford to dig it up.
Yeah, basically.
So I'm being told that we have to wrap up the show.
I think they've wrapped up the show on us.
Our next episode will be February 12th.
Okay.
Not our most romantic episode ever.
Wow. No.
That was 2 years ago when it was on the 14th.
Yeah.
Oh man, the romance was in the air. Stay
Yeah.
tuned. Now there's a show right after me called, on this channel, KMVT, called Atlas of Thought on His Net.
Yeah.
I have no idea what this means. This
Yeah,
title
not either.
is so...
And people of Newberry, you
bizarre.
don't get that show.
No, you don't get that here. And then after that is What the Bleep. Hey, that's your show, Jim. Am I on your show tonight? Who knows? You should get your show in Newberry.
Yeah.
Email the Newberry people and
Yeah.
say, watch my show. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the color. I think the color's wrong for me.
The color of what?
Like I'm looking at myself on the TV and I look just too orange. Like, go to camera one. Well, not yet. Wait for the show to be over.
Well, okay, high five.
We do this every time, Newberry. Every time. You can look forward to it. And we totally made this up on our own. We're not stealing